Behind food, living expenses is probably one of the highest spend categories when it comes to spending in general. And what better way to have a credit card that actually helps with that high spend category of living, known as rent. In this particular case and in this video, I'm talking about the BILT credit card because it was built for rent. Either way, I've had this credit card for about 3 years now, and this is my review of the BILT credit card. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. So the BILT credit card is a MasterCard issued by the bank known as Wells Fargo. It's essentially the first credit card that allows you to pay rent with without paying any extra fees. Normally, if you try to pay rent with your credit card or with a card in general, they'll charge you maybe a 3 or 4% fee equaling up to whatever it is, depending on how much money you spend in rent. Either way, with BILT, there's no fee. On top of it being no fee, you're still going to earn points when you pay your rent using the BILT credit card. You're going to earn a 1% back. So if your rent is $2,000, then you're going to get 2,000 points every single month simply for paying your rent with no fee. But the BILT card isn't only for rent. You're also going to get 3% back when it comes to dining and another 2% back when it comes to travel. Everything else you'll get 1% back, and the 1% includes rent, of course, like I mentioned before. But lastly, all of this is bundled into a no annual fee card, which we love to see. We don't want to have to pay any extra fee to hold a card, but if we have to, we have to. Either way, the BILT card is no annual fee, $0. All those points that you accumulate from paying rent and doing other things with the BILT card can be used for a slew of different things, but my personal preference is to use the BILT points for either travel or to go ahead and redeem one-to-one towards my student loan. I've used my majority for student loans, but travel is probably your best bet, to be completely honest. Personally, my rent is about $3,000 every single month, so that's 36,000 points every single year for pretty much just paying my rent, something I have to do anyway, and of course I already have the money for, so I can literally just pay my rent on the BILT card, go ahead and pay the card off in full, and of course I'm getting all those points as a benefit. On the contrary, if I didn't have the BILT credit card, then I'm missing out on $360 in value every single year. Like I mentioned before, I've been using those points to pay down my student loan, so that's about an extra $1,000 to go towards my student loan on top of the regular payments that I'm already making for it. $1,000 for doing something I had to do anyway, so essentially in my eyes, it's free money. Now sadly, $1,000 is not life-changing money in this economy, but either way, something is better than nothing, and all I had to do was use a different payment method to pay my rent to get essentially a free $1,000 to go towards my student loans and pay off my debt faster. Over the past 3 years, I've had literally no issues. I have seen some people run into a couple of issues, but it was quickly resolved through the issue of Wells Fargo. Some people had some fraudulent charges on there, especially when the BILT card first came out. And if you guys don't know, if you haven't been around long enough, I made a video talking about the BILT card years before I even got one, and years before anybody else on YouTube was even talking about it. So it's been around for some time. I just finally hopped on it and grabbed it, and it's been great. I don't have any complaints, no issues. It's yet another financial tool that I use in my arsenal to pretty much make my financial life easier. So let's just jump right into the app real quick. I want to go over the app quickly and also tell you a couple more things before we close this video out. So let's get into that part right now. All right, so let's quickly go over the BILT app. When you first open it up, this is what you're going to see. So when you first open it, you're going to see right here, we have the For You tab. Pretty much it just gives you a general overview of what you can do with your points and also how to earn some extra points. In this case, you can see that I can transfer my points to different airlines. There's a couple airlines here. You can also get 2x points when it comes back to travel. As we mentioned before, you do the same thing with hotels. You can enroll in their rent program pretty much, where you would get free credit reporting for every single on-time rent payment, which is great, and you definitely should enroll. And I also should as well, because I'm not. I thought I was. And a couple of other ways to pretty much earn some extra points or go ahead and transfer your points out. So just little quick tabs that you can go ahead and click on. You can see 5x back or 5% back when it comes to Lyft rides as well, which is great. If we scroll down some, you can see a little bit of my account, and at the top left, you can actually see my total amount of points right there. I just redeemed a lot of it for student loans, but this is what I got right now. And on the right, you can see how long I've been a member at the top right. If you scroll down some more, you'll see recent activity. But if we go on over to the next tab is going to tell us how to exactly pay our rent so we can go ahead and get those juicy points. Either way, if we pay our rent right here, you can scroll on down and pretty much get a gist of how it works. So simply put, if your rent's $2,000, you're going to put in $2,000. You're going to hit next, and you're going to choose which way you plan on paying your rent. In this case, I use the online portal, and then pretty much BILT walks you through the steps on how to do this. They'll tell you to authorize the payment, and then once that payment is authorized, then you can go ahead and pretty much use the BILT account on your online payment portal, in my case, to pay my rent, and that's literally it. Then you'll earn 1% back on your rent payment for the particular month. So let's go on back, because we're not going to do that, and scroll on down a little bit, and you can see just a couple of more options that they have, like the credit boost, the auto authorize online payments. I like to keep those things off. Well, the credit boost is okay, but the auto authorize, I like to keep that off. Past that though, at the top they have the rent day rewards. So every first of the month, you're pretty much going to have a rent day when it comes to BILT. So BILT has this program where every first day of the month, you're going to get about 10x points back for the particular first day. It could be on one particular thing or a particular category, or just maybe 10x back just for one particular day. But you can also win rewards and whatnot. And as you can see in the past, people have won different types of rewards for the first of the month. They have stuff coming up every single month. So just check back. As you can see, it pops up in 10 days, and you can see what's going on, because that'll be the first of the month. The next tab is the neighborhood tab. It pretty much just shows you things around in your area where you can get extra points from. So in this particular case, we got dining. If I go to the sushi spot, I'm going to get an extra 6x points back. This Indian restaurant, the same thing. Plant burger, same thing. And if we can scroll up at the top, you can see even more options like pharmacy, fitness, rideshare, and experiences. So you may be into just checking some new things out. You may try out a new restaurant just because you see it's 6x points back and you're in the mood for some food, but you don't know what you want. So you might try a new restaurant out and get a decent amount of points back that you actually like. So it works out pretty well. It's a nice thing to have, and I can't really complain. Now, the next tab at the bottom you can see is the rewards tab. Pretty much this is where the transfer portal is, so you can go ahead and transfer your points out if you want to do that, or you can go ahead and pretty much book something. Say for instance a hotel, a flight, or a helicopter. It looks like probably a helicopter ride. Pretty much where you want to go. So in this particular case, it's set for hotels. You can pick the location, check in, check out time, and it's going to pull up an entire travel portal for you. So go ahead and book that. Now you can book it with either BILT points, or you can obviously book it with cash. It's completely up to you. If we go on over to the transfer tab, we can see some of their transfer partners, or pretty much all of them. So you can see Air Canada, Southwest, Aer Lingus, British Airways, United, Atmos, Rewards. So a lot of different options here, as you can see. And also the same thing goes for the hotels tab. Hilton, Marriott, Hyatt, IHG, pretty much the heavy hitters, they're all here. And they're all going to get a 1-to-1 points transfer. Sometimes it's even more than that, so definitely be on the lookout. Under the Everyday Rewards tab, you can pretty much redeem your points for everyday rewards. So say, for instance, you want this BILT local tote bag, or this BILT local ashtray, or whatever else they might have going on here. You can go ahead and redeem your points for that instead of redeeming your points for travel or redeeming your points for a student loan cash back. Completely up to you. On the last tab they have is the wallet tab, and pretty much this is what it sounds like, your wallet. So this is how much, what credit cards you might have linked to your BILT account. In my particular case, I only have the BILT credit card linked, and you can see how everything is broken down. So 1% back on rent, without the transaction fee, which we love to see. You're going to get 2x back or 2% back on travel, and 3x back on dining. If we scroll on up back onto the top, the bank accounts tab allows you to add a bank account, so you can go ahead and pay your BILT credit card if you don't already have one set up, but you're probably going to set it up when you go ahead and make your account. And lastly, the student loan tab, which is most important to me because I use my points to redeem for student loan credit, or pretty much to transfer to my student loan to pay off my student loan faster, like I mentioned before. And lastly, there is the credit boost tab, which pretty much will just give you a credit boost when it comes to having your credit boost turned on. So you'll get payment history coming from all the on-time payments that you made from your credit card on over to the credit bureaus, so your credit score would increase over time for those on-time payments. They love to see it, and you definitely should turn this on because it's 100% free, and I thought I had mine turned on, but I don't, so I'm gonna do that. Now, if I already didn't mention this before, you will get extra points if you sign up with my link down below for BILT. I believe they're gonna give you 2,500 extra points, so if you do plan on signing up, then by all means, go ahead and grab those extra points, because why not? That can go towards anything you want, towards your student loan, towards travel, hotel, whatever you want to use it for, completely up to you, but it's there. The link will be in the description. Now, before we head on out of here, there is one final catch when it comes to the BILT credit card that is very important, and you should take advantage of this, or you need to take advantage of it actually, because if you don't, then you're not going to get those points back when it comes to rent. Pretty much you just have to make 5 transactions minimum outside of the rent payment. You have to make 5 transactions every single month to go ahead and get that 1% back when it comes to your rent. So the easiest way I've seen people do this, and also the way I do it, is just to go ahead and put like recurring charges on there. So let's say you have Netflix and Hulu, that's already 2 transactions every single month right there. And you may go get some food, that's a 1 transaction, stuff like that. So honestly, if you put all your recurring transactions on this credit card, then you'll always hit that 5 transaction total that you need every single month. Otherwise, you will not get the 1% back when it comes to the BILT credit card. Now, past that, solid card, 100%. I've never had to run into a situation where I didn't hit enough transactions for the month, but that is something to note. So just letting you know, putting that out there so you know. Either way, hitting 5 transactions, no matter how much it is, it could be $1, it does not matter. The point is you got to make a transaction. So yeah. Now, past all that, who is this credit card for? Now, obviously it's for renters. It can be for beginner travelers, to be completely honest. If you don't want to go out and get, let's say, a Chase Sapphire Preferred for $95 a year, or the Amex Platinum for like $700 a year, that might be going up to $900 a year, who knows, then by all means, this could be a great credit card for you. As a beginner, super beginner traveler that wants those transfer points that can transfer on over to get you free flights and hotels and all that kind of stuff, I do highly recommend the BILT card for that as well. But either way, if you're renting, then this is a no-brainer. This is the card for you. And that's not really much more else to say about it. I think it's a great credit card. I have other credit card videos. They'll be linked right up there that talk about improving your credit score, getting a higher credit limit, and all those different types of things. So if you're interested, then definitely check those videos out, or search the channel. Let me know what you want to see down in the comment section below, and I got you. Either way, do I recommend the BILT card after about 3 years? 100% yes. Like I said, it's a no-brainer for renters, and if you're a beginner traveler, I think it's great for you as well. So definitely grab the BILT card. If you do decide to grab it, the link is down below. They're going to give you a free 2,500 points, I believe. So go forth and be great. So what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the BILT credit card. If you're going to get it, if you're already renting or you already have it and you want it, completely up to you. Let me know down in the comment section below how you feel about the BILT credit card. I would love to know your answers and also your experience, because I've heard some bad things about the card. Like I said, I haven't experienced any of it, but I have heard bad things from other people. So either way, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Plenty more credit content coming very soon. So stay tuned, stay locked in. And I also talk about other stuff on the channel, like saving money, investing money, and other finance topics. So either way, I can make yourself some money. I can save you some money. I can do I'll try my best to do everything I can do for you when it comes to your financial lifestyle. So I'm out. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay positive, and stay hydrated. Dollar Mike. Peace.